Hello everyone, welcome to Shailaja IAS. My name is GV Gautam, and in this video I'll be talking about the features of our Sankalp program, which is comprehensive personal guidance for UPSC Civil Services 2025 and beyond. Right? So in this video I'll be covering the broad introduction about myself and the target audience of this program and the objective or the focus of this mentorship or the guidance program. I'll also be discussing on the broad strategy of what we are going to adopt over the course of next 1 year. I'll also be talking about the mains and the prelims test series, the number of tests we are offering and the intentions of having those tests. And finally, I'll be talking about current affairs part of it, what sort of material we are providing from our side, and addressing some of the doubts like when to start, where to cover, and how much time to dedicate for current affairs. And finally, I'll be talking about the fee structure part of it for all the features of this program and how to proceed next. So coming to myself, as you all know, my name is Gautam. I come from the heritage town of Mysore in Karnataka. I've done my graduation in BTech from Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. I worked for 2 years in a software company as a project manager. I had my experience both in India as well as abroad. Then came back to give my attempt in civil services examination. Gave all the six attempt and exhausted them. I was able to write 3 mains, but unfortunately, I was not able to clear it. But the experience gained has taught me a lot on the gaps that is present in the present the coaching industry or the whatever you can call it. So I thought I'll continue in this field so as to help many aspirants like me who had the potential but couldn't clear because of maybe a lack of timely guidance, right? So I've was working as a senior mentor and a faculty of current affairs in IAS Baba, which is based out in Bangalore. I have had, I think, around 6 years of experience mentoring students. And some of my students who were able to clear the attempt were Rajesh Ponnappa was one of my first students who was able to clear it. I still remember how we used to write 6 hours in a daily during that mains preparation phase. And we used to sit at 9 or 10 p.m. and try to give whatever advice I can give to improvise upon his marks. Shravan Kumar, now serving as Indian Administrative Officer in Karnataka itself. He has been my student since 2020, I think. So I've been handholding him from the early stages of the preparation. Initially, he got around 500 plus rank, and then we worked on the weak areas, and he was able to improve his rank to 222 and get a home cadre of Karnataka. This year, Manupriya Tyagi, based out in Delhi, he took primarily essay guidance from me, and he was able to secure All India rank 572. Okay, so these are some of my students who have attributed success, a part of the success, to my mentorship and guidance. Obviously, there are other students who couldn't clear civil services examination, but the timely guidance and the timely support, especially when you face setbacks, you just need that support. You need that shoulder to lean upon or the confidence to give. That enabled them to crack other exams, which they wouldn't have thought otherwise, right? So 2 of my students, one is in RBI, other is in CAPF. Both of them secured within top 20, and they're now serving the country in a different capacity. Obviously, they'll be taking up civil service examination. Hopefully, they'll clear in the coming days. Now, why I gave these examples is because I've been, whoever are my students, the focus is not on spoon feeding part of it. The focus is not on getting immediate results. The focus is on the journey part of it. Because as you all know, the journey for the preparation of civil service examination is a long one, is a tedious one. It requires a lot of your hard work. There are a lot of ups and downs, turns and deviations, too many confusions. The age is also in such that there's a pressure both from your peer side, both from your family side, to clear the exam as early and settle as early as possible. So I know the journey is a tedious one, and the mentorship that we are going to offer is the focus is on the journey itself. The focus per se is not on achieving ranks. The focus per se is not on cracking it. The focus is on the journey where we travel along with you in this journey. Because at the end of the journey, even if you're unable to clear, the focus should be that I'm a confident person. I know that in whatever field I go, I'll be able to crack it or clear it or achieve progress in it. So that's been the primary motto in which I was able to start this institution. It's been 1 year. The journey has just begun. Hopefully, it will continue for a long period of time with the well wishes of the students. Right. So that's I wanted to make it clear in the beginning itself. The focus is on the journey where I be with you or travel with you for a long period of duration, so that you understand by yourself that what is required out of this examination. You're disciplined enough, you're hardworking enough, and you get that right set of motivation and guidance from a mentor at that requisite time. So I know myself being in this field for nearly 10 years as an aspirant and a mentor, at what stage, what is the mindset of an aspirant, at least I have a fairly good amount of idea. So I know the pitfalls to be avoided. I know the kind of advice to be given at the right appropriate time. So the focus, as I told you, is on the journey itself, and that enables you to clear any sort of exam which you are going to take up, right? Now coming to the target audience of this exam, see, any fresher who is trying to do self-study and prepare for this exam from their home, it is intended for them. Or any college-going student who are still going to the college and want to prepare for the exam so that they are adequately, comfortably placed to take the exam as soon as they pass out of the college. So it is intended for them. For people who have already in the classroom program, who have already joined any other institute's classroom program, it is not designed for them, because the classroom program itself is now offering the mentorship program. They have a rigid, tight schedule. So it is not designed for these people. I would suggest people who are in classroom program to finish their classroom program, and after that you can come and meet me. Veterans or who would have given at least one prelims, I think it is most suitable. This program, the Sankalp program, is most suitable for them, and even for the working professions who want to balance their work as well as their UPSC dreams. And if they need a mentor to guide them in the journey of civil service examination preparation, I think this program is designed keeping their interests in mind. Right. So people who are preparing for other state services, be it Karnataka, be it Tamil Nadu or Kerala or Uttar Pradesh, be it any other state services or any other exam, I think I'm not. Our program is not designed for that. People who are already having a mentor, I would suggest to continue with that mentor. People who are maybe traveling with a mentor, and for some reason you come across this video and if you want to try out, I would still suggest you continue to stick to that old mentor and continue to repose the trust and faith that you have in that mentor. And obviously, people who come to me as partners, it might be two friends or it might be a boyfriend and a girlfriend. So I would suggest this program is not designed for them, because this exam is an individual exam, and the mentorship is also going to be individualized and personalized and one-on-one. There isn't any group dynamics over here where I give you a Telegram group and I give you the targets. No, it's everything is going to be one-on-one. So therefore, it is not suitable for partners as such, right? Now coming to the broad strategy. First, I'll discuss the broad strategy for the freshers who are trying to do self-study, or your college students or your working professionals. And then I'll tell a broad strategy that we might be adopting for a full-time veteran who would have given at least one prelims. Now, for a fresher who is starting fresh, or a working professional who is starting fresh, or a college-going student who is starting fresh, I would suggest that if you rely on the self-study part of it, but take guidance from our program. I'll give you the personalized timetable. I'll sit with you first, understand your requirements and availability of the time. So some people who are working might be having a flexible work schedule, so they might be able to spend 5 or 6 hours daily. Some people will be having a rigid work schedule, just having one weekend. Some college going students are able to dedicate at least 4 hours or 5 hours or 3 days in a week for their UPSC preparation. Some will be doing an online course. So depending upon your availability of time and your requirements, I'll be giving you a personalized timetable. The focus definitely is on syllabus completion in the next 6 months or 6 to 8 months, including your optional subject. We are going to start with your basic books, the NCRTs for your geography and polity, and we'll also tell you what are the other standard books that are available in the market that you have to rely upon. And if needed, I'll also tell you the videos that you can watch in order to get a greater conceptual clarity. All those videos are available freely in the YouTube. Obviously, I'll be there. I myself, being a current affairs faculty, I have a broad, good knowledge on polity, economy, governance, ethics, internal security, and society. Right. So I myself will be covering a broad range of subjects. And if you have any doubt at any point at that time, I'll be able to clear you. But for a basic, you can say basic videos, I would be suggesting a particular source. So we will not be providing any set of videos. It's already available in the market. I'll be telling which to refer and which not to refer, how to go about your self-study, which books to take, which books to avoid. You might come across sometimes some toppers videos suggesting certain set of books or certain set of videos. You come and talk to me. I'll tell you if you should follow it or if you should not follow it, or if you can take it up at a later stage of your time. So that's the broad strategy. It is going to be entirely personalized. So I might start with one working professional with economy as a subject, and I might start with maybe society or a social justice or a polity or a geography with another student. So it's entirely going to be personalized and a customized time schedule. Objective definitely is to going to finish the syllabus so that you're adequately prepared to take the next exam. I'll be holding or conducting regular tests, not in the beginning, only after a chunk of the syllabus has been covered, because doing your previous year question papers itself in a thorough manner will prepare you in a good manner, right? So tests also will going to be a part of it, both your prelims as well as means answer writing. And the crucial aspect of our mentorship program, or the USP of our mentorship program, is the daily accountability. Right. Obviously, you might have heard from others also about the daily accountability, but this is how I am implementing it with my students. Every day they have to send it to me. What is it that they have done in a day? See, you can see as in the screen. So one of the student has written 9:30 to 1. I did my Neolithic age of your anthropology. 2 to 6. I think she has done economy part, and the end she has prepared for newspapers. This is the broad structure I had given it to her, and I had given certain targets. Like in the next 10 days, you have to prepare this. In the next, so every day she is going to update me the progress in which she has done. And obviously, I have a list of students where I'll be tracking on a daily basis the number of hours they have put in. Because for each, I would have given a target. Like this week, you have to achieve 40 hours of a target. So let's see how you're going to do on a daily basis. So I'll be maintaining a separate sheet by myself where I'll be every day morning. I'll first come and check as the student send their daily progress update of yesterday. If not, I'll ask them what has happened, and I'll just have a quick chat with them and try to nudge there itself. Rather than waiting for a weekly session, rather than waiting for a 10-day session or a group session or whatever it is, the rectification is going to be taken on a daily basis itself. So I'm very much serious about this daily accountability part of it. See, the target can be flexible. So if I give you maybe 12 days to cover one part of the syllabus, you might take additional 1 or 2 days. That is okay, because certain subjects you may not understand in the first reading itself. You might require additional readings to understand the concepts. So rushing it through is not going to help you, but taking additional 1 or 2 days to get conceptual clarity is far better. But what I am very strict with is with the number of hours you're going to put on a daily basis. I want that accountability part of it. Like, where did you spend those 7 hours? Where did you spend those 5 hours? On a weekly basis, were you able to achieve 40 hours? Were you able to achieve 50 hours? Were you able to achieve 60 hours? So that I'm very much, you can say, very much fixated about it. It might appear like a school-going kid, but that's how our program or our mentorship program is designed. It might appear too childish in the beginning, like why is he asking too many details? But that's is required if you want to develop that accountability part of it. If you want to develop that, you can say, discipline and persistence and consistency. You might be hearing from all the toppers, all the institutes, that consistency is the key. But what is required is how to get that consistency. Okay, that happens once there is such type of a daily accountability mechanism. So that's how the program is going to be designed for a fresher or a working professional, right? For now, coming to the veterans who would have written at least one time prelims, the conventional approach has always been your test series based approach, where they give you a fixed rigid schedule. Every week there's a test, there is a syllabus that you have to cover. You prepare for the syllabus, you go and write an exam. 90% of the time you won't be able to perform good, at least with the average student. So what 3 or 4 tests you're going to write, after that you're going to get demotivated and you're not going to take the test. And whatever mentorship they are going to offer you through those test series program is on demand, in the sense you have to go with the paper, you have to call them and try to get some guidance. That's the conventional approach. It has its own pitfalls because initially the promises are big, that it looks flowery on the paper, it looks doable on the paper, but in practical aspect there are a lot of pitfalls, because you tend to lose momentum and you tend to get deviated from the fixed schedule they would have given. So that gets you into that loop of again trying to plan better and better. So you'll be stuck in the loop of planning rather than on implementing part of it. And the mentorship also will be in such a manner that you wouldn't be satisfied. So our approach is entirely different. Our approach is that where you give individual focus. Obviously, tests are going to be there. That will enable you to check if you're moving in the right path. But that is not the whole and soul of the program. The base of a program is the individual focus and individual attention and personalized guidance. Tests are just a part of it, just integral part of it. That's it. The larger focus is on the daily accountability mechanism that you are trying to build. Right. Obviously, that's the reason we have a limited set of students, because I can only cater to only a limited set of students. We are not launching it in a batch wise 100 or 150. No, it's going to be a limited set of students. And as you've seen in the previous scheme, I keep a note of my students. I know them personally. I know their journeys in a personal manner. Right. Now, even then, if you have doubts, sir, please can you tell me how it works for the next 1 year? So for a veteran who would be preparing for a full time, who would have given at least one prelims, who is trying to give their best shot for 2025 attempt. This is the rough, whatever you're seeing the screen is the rough timeline that I'll be suggesting. Obviously, it can vary. The caution is that it can vary from person to person. But this is the rough timetable or the rough schedule that I'm going to suggest from my side. So next we have around 11 months for the next prelims. The last 2 months we are going to discount it because we are going to exclusively focus on the prelims. So the remaining 9 months, I said, let's divide into 3 phases of 3 months each. So the first phase, consisting of July, August, September, we'll be focusing first on your optional subject and next on your main specific subjects like your society, governance, internal security, disaster management, agriculture, and ethics. Cumulatively, these main specific subjects accounts for 460 to 470 marks in your actual mains exam. And most of the times, people wouldn't have done this part of the syllabus itself. They wouldn't have done it in a thorough manner. Obviously, they would have done it in a cursory manner, but they wouldn't have done it in a more serious, thorough manner. The reason why I want you to start with main specific subjects and optional subject and not with the core subject that is being traditionally offered by other institutes is because this is the only time period where you can focus on these subjects. This is the only time period where you can strengthen your optional subject. See, I am a general studies, you can say mentor. I'm not a mentor for your any of your optional subject. But why I'm stressing you for your optional is because I've seen from my experience that people who are clearing prelims are not in a better place situation to crack mains because they are not adequately prepared for mains, especially in your optional subject. Optional subject is one which is going to easily fetch you around 270 to 80 marks, and it is easily doable. But what has happened, unfortunately, in the market is the mentorship is all driven and focused towards your general studies, and your optional preparation is largely test series based sort of a thing, and we don't get that sort of a individualized push towards your optional subject. So for me, aspirant is important. For me, the journey is important. It's not only you do my part of the syllabus and I don't really care about what you're going to do with other things. No, for me, that individual aspirant is important, and all the parts that requires for an aspirant to clear the exam, that becomes important for me. So as a result, I'll be asking accountability from an optional perspective also. I'll ask them, please dedicate 4 or 5 hours on a daily basis for your optional. We'll sit together and come out with a schedule where tests are integrated into the preparation part, and I'll follow up with those tests. Like, for example, if it's a sociology optional student, I'll say, okay. Or if it's a PSR optional student, I would say, okay, you cover the Western political thinkers for the next 15 days and you try to give one test. And then I'll just ask if you're doing that, if you're not doing that. And obviously, in the daily accountability mechanism, I'll be asking them if you're doing 4 hours for your optional subject. The reason why I'm stressing it so much is because this is the only time period where a student can prepare in a rigorous manner for your optional. And you please keep this in mind. If you want to clear the exam next time, not just the prelims, but the mains and the interview, it all depends on the hard work or the efforts that you put in the next 4 to 6 months. It does not depend upon the efforts that you're going to put in the next year, maybe from February to May. No. If you are hardworking enough, if you're able to plug in at least 7 to 7.5 hours on an average for the next 120 days, take it from me that you're going to clear the exam, right? So make sure that we are going to focus on optional along with your general studies part of it, where I'll be giving you targets. For example, society, I'll give you maybe 12 days target. Governance, again, 12 or 14 days. Internal security, again, 12 or 14 days. Ethics, I'll be dividing into 4 parts. I'll be giving you 4 weeks targets for ethics. That's how your first 90 days is going to be structured. Again, caution, it's a rough timetable. It might vary from an individual person to person. Second phase, we are going to focus on the core subjects like polity, economy, environment, geography. Out of these core subjects, we are going to focus on 3 of them. We are going to do with both prelims as well as mains. So second phase is an integrated part of it, whereby you're going to not only do the mains answer writing part, but also the prelims part of it. Obviously, we are going to give more and more focus for your essay. So if students are writing good, maybe we'll pick up essay in the first phase itself, in the month of maybe mid-August or September. So it all depends upon person to person and the progress that they are making. And in the second phase, again, we'll make sure that your optional subject is completely taken care of. In the last phase, we'll be focusing on the remaining 2 core subjects, and the focus is going to be on current affairs part, CSAT part, and largely inclined towards your prelims. So the first phase is means oriented, second phase is integrated, third phase is prelims oriented. First two phase, your optional needs to be taken care of. Is a rough schedule. Obviously, it can be changing from a person to person. I would suggest to follow this path because this is important. This is going to make you in a better prepared situation when you're clearing prelims in the 2025. Right, but what is fixed among all these things is the daily accountability. I want you to put in that average 7.5 hours. I know it's going to be difficult, but we'll take it one step at a time. I know personally students who are struggling to put 4.5, but after this exercise, gradually, I will not say 4.5 to 8 immediately. No, 4.5 to maybe 5.5 for 1 week, then maybe 6 for another week, then 6.5, 7, 7.5. That's how we are going to gradually increase the time you're dedicating for preparation. Make sure that you're consistent, right? And I was personally happy when students came out and said that, sir, this has helped me a lot. At least I know what I'm doing. I'm disciplined enough. There has been that internal motivation that is coming out because of this discipline, right? So that's going to be fixed, right? Daily planning, obviously, I'll be telling you how many hours you're supposed to spend in the morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on each person. Roughly, I would say before lunch, if you are able to do 5 hours, you're in a much better situation. Then after lunch, you can do additional 2-3 hours and wrap up your day, go watch some TV series and end your day. So I'll be giving you that inputs on how to plan your day as well, right? I'll be giving you inputs on note making part of it. I'll be giving you inputs on how to approach your previous year question papers. So all the inputs that is expected out of a mentor and all the things that is required out of an aspirant to clear the exam will be provided to you, right? Now coming to the mains uh, test series or mains answer writing. Cumulatively, I'll be providing 30 tests from my side, 14 sectional tests, 8 full-length tests, and 8 essay tests. Obviously, if you are able to complete all these 30, I'll be giving you more. I have students who have completed whatever the set of tests are again, and they had asked for more, and I had given for more. Model answers will be provided, and evaluation is going to be done by me itself. Unlike in other most of the other institutes where evaluation is done by someone else, mentorship is done by someone else. No, over here, both the evaluation and mentorship is done by me, and it is going to be a live evaluation. I'll be doing it in front of you. If it's an online candidate, I'll be doing it via Zoom session. If it's an offline candidate, I'll be doing it in front of them. So live evaluation by me itself. Initially, we'll start with small tests and gradually we'll improve. So all the sectional tests are containing 7 to 10 questions. So once you're gaining mastery over that, we'll increase the number of tests and we'll tell you how to make sure that you attain all the aspects of answer writing, right? And essay also, I'll be giving you that personalized feedback immediately after you write an essay. I'll be telling you how to start with an essay, how to go about it. All those finer details will be taken up in those individual one-to-one sessions, right? Same goes with your prelims. Preferably, I would say start your prelims after September, especially for a veteran. Okay, this is only for a veteran. For a fresher, I'll be giving you a separate thing, right? I'll be giving you guidance on the strategy to be adopted and the time management part of it, and which test series to follow, what to do and what not to do. From our side, we'll be giving in 20 tests, including your sectional test and full mock test, right? See, the numbers are not important. Okay, I'm not fixated with 30 tests, 20 tests, 55 tests, 60 tests. No, the numbers, I know the majority of us are not going to reach that entire target. Hardly 5% of the students reach the entire target or all the tests given in the test series. But the intention over here, even if you're writing 10 tests out of total 30, but the intention is to make you confident enough that you know that you have now understood answer writing. You now have understood how to approach any answers for any subject. So that's the intention. As the proverb grows, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. but show him how to catch a fish, you feed him for a lifetime. My focus is on the second part, that you tell him or you show him how to catch a fish, and he'll be fed for a lifetime. So I tell you how to approach an answer rating, and you're taken care of. That's the intention behind both the prelims and the mains test series part of it, right? Coming to current affairs from our side, we'll be providing the prelims magazine, which is released every 16th and 30th of the month. We have got really good reviews from our students. Most of them are liking our prelims magazine. I would suggest you to take a printout of it and read it. The language is very easy. It's comprehensive, segregated subject-wise, taken from multiple sources, including from reputed coaching institutes. For people who want to have a yearly magazine, we have divided into 4 parts. 1 year, we are divided into 4 parts. That gives rise to quarterly magazine. So we'll be releasing quarterly magazine as well, which is a compilation of 3 months of current affairs, segregated subject-wise. Mains magazine will be released every 30th of month. Current affairs videos are now available online. Earlier, I used to take classes offline. Now it's available online. It will be uploaded in our website. MCQ magazine we are releasing after a gap of 1.5 month of prelims magazine. That is primarily for a quick revision of prelims topics through a question and answer format. So our MCQ magazine is also quite useful for students for quick revision. I would suggest you can try out our magazines. More or less, it is having the same content with any other reputed coaching institutes, because I'm personally monitoring what topics have been covered both in our magazine as well as in other institutes' magazine. So I am confident enough to say that our material is good enough. The language is good enough, comprehensiveness is there, brevity is there, easy to understand language. So you can try out our magazine. So that's with the material part of it. Now coming to the part that when to start, that all depends again on an individual. If a person is in advanced stage of preparation, they can start right now itself, dedicate not more than 1 hour. Where to cover from, obviously our own content is there, or if you're preparing any other, if you're following Vision or any other institute magazines, you continue to follow them. You can supplement it with our own material. Like if you're following monthly magazine of Vision, you can follow our MCQ magazine. So that depends. I'll be talking to you in person and I'll be telling you all these small tips. How much time to dedicate? Definitely not more than 1 hour on a daily basis. And suggest you that you start in maybe the second phase. No need to scratch your head and dedicate 2.5 hours for current affairs right now. No, not required. First, strengthen your static part, then go and try to dominate your current affairs part. That is that's an hype that is created, or the myth that is created in the market, that current affairs is the whole and soul of exam, which is not the case. Static part, you master it, you will be able to clear the exam. Current affairs is only going to enrich your understanding and enrich your answers. So I myself, being a current affairs faculty, I'm telling you the hard reality that it is the hype or the myth that has been created in the market. Current affairs should always come second after your static part. If you are strong in static part, your current affairs will become easy, right? So dedicate not more than 45 minutes to 1 hour on current affairs, and you might start in the month of September onwards. For the first 2 months, you complete your optional subject, at least one paper, and try to get a strong grip on answer writing of your general studies, right? And newspaper part, obviously you can continue to read editorials. You need not have to make detailed notes out of it, because we are providing the mains monthly magazine. What you have to do with regard to newspapers is try to improvise your vocabulary and understanding and reading comprehension skills. That's all is required from newspaper. Other than that, you don't have to worry it from an examination perspective as required, right? Because that will be taken care by our materials. You just have to read it from an awareness perspective and from a perspective of trying to improvise your English comprehension skills, right? So hope I have tried to address most of your queries regarding the examination preparation for civil services 2025 and beyond. Uh, Coming to the fees part of it, for all the features of this program, having a personal guide or a personal mentor, giving tests and evaluating the tests myself, current affairs content which is provided to an aspirant. Cumulatively, we are charging 13,500 for the next 1 year. The validity is till prelims 2025. So that's, we have kept it very, very nominal. I would prefer it to give it free of cost, and if not for all the rent that I have to pay, right? So the rent in Bangalore itself, you might be knowing, it's on a very high side. So to keep that business running, I have to charge fees. So, and we have kept it at a very nominal amount. I think the same features of the program being provided by other institutes, maybe they are just providing additional content, their own PDFs. They are charging upwards of 80,000 in Delhi and all, right? So we have kept it very nominal. So 2 sessions, you can take it for free, one-on-one session, Zoom sessions. And after that, if you're satisfied and you're hopeful and if you're trustworthy and if you feel it's worth it, you can continue and join the program and we'll start. So there isn't any fixed date that a batch is going to start. Everything is going to be one-on-one. Everything is going to be personalized, but with a fixed daily accountability mechanism. So thank you everyone for watching this video. I intended to keep it a bit short, but somehow it exceeded my expectation. But I tried to explain most of the queries or doubts which an aspirant might have whenever he is trying to choose a course. So hopefully I've tried to address all your queries. If you still have any doubts, you can contact me on the number that is shared on the screen. And I would like to end with one of my favorite quote given by Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is truly ready, the teacher will disappear. So let's see. Okay. All the very best.